All right. So, anyways, continuing. This is part three to that relationship roles, right? Um, Simply put, man, I look at it like this: um, royalty deserves royalty. Hoes deserve hoes. Bums deserve bums. It's like the energy you putting into that's what you deserve. There's no way in hell you could present yourself in a relationship as a bum and expect royalty to return to you, or or should it be fair that you present royalty and then you get the bum's energy or whatever? But likeness attracts likeness. That's just what it is. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, um, if you're thinking like, just think about the perception of a guy going to a woman and saying, "Yo, can you buy me a car?" What do you think that woman's thinking in her head? Now, if a woman asks a guy the same question, it's a completely different story. Because of what? What creates the difference in that? We as a people, we hurting ourselves because we create these false ideals, man, and we make life more difficult than what it really is by creating these lies and trying to abide by these lies. That, like, for example, it's the same false assumption of it's a man's job to come save this woman and just make her life just paradise. You do everything in the world, she does nothing. Would be the same exact dynamic for a woman trying to do that for a man. Under any circumstance, that's completely ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. If you want to fully be responsible for another person's life, have a child. Then put yourself in a position where you're fully responsible for that person's life. For those of you who already do have children, then you should understand the concept even more so. You know, and for you, Cuzzo, I know it may seem like it's like a slap in the face or whatever the case. I'm telling you, I'm just being real. All right, be realistic about the situation. Like, take all the bullshit out you know what I'm saying? Like, throw that shit out the window. Fuck what rappers are saying and all this shit about TV and keeping up with housewives and shit like that. All that bullshit. Like, grow up for a second and be an actual adult and be realistic about life. Why in the hell is it anybody else's responsibility to provide for you? Why would that ever be the case for it to be someone else's responsibility to provide for you? Now we talking in character, and you say, well, well, I provide this right here for this person. Then naturally within character, that person would naturally want to precipitate and offer something back. That's just a natural. That's a natural human nature. Unless you were conditioned otherwise, conditioned to be, self-absorbent, then it's a little bit different. But any natural behavior would go in that type of fashion. So outside of that type of exchange, why would anyone have an obligation? Because of looks? Because, like, what is creating that obligation where the man has to just give away his life for yours? I mean, we don't think about that. And honestly, um, it's a conversation that's been around within men for decades. But Shahrazad Ali is actually a woman who actually was strong enough to actually speak on it, and she didn't speak on it in defense of women. She took full accountability of the reality of the situation, which is also why I suggest that you follow her and listen to what the hell she's saying, because she's a black woman who is conscious of the behaviors of the black community due to the reactions and the behavior of a black woman for the most part. Now, those who know me know that I'm not racist, and that especially not against my own people. If anything, if you didn't know me so well, you may feel like I'm racist towards whites, but even that's not true. But I'm definitely not racist against my own kind. That right there is clear as it's clear as day. But the truth becomes, like, where do we stand? Where is the accountability? You know what I'm saying? Where's the accountability? There is none. Not in our communities. Where you see it? I don't see it personally. We live in a time now where it's like, like honestly, I hate to say it like this, but it's like it's a world full of crybabies right now. Everybody wants this sad shit happening. Everybody wants sympathy and feeling sorrow and all this and the third. Listen, for those who know me, nigga, you know my story. Ain't shit been sweet about my journey, my nigga, ever. But if you know me, you know that I've helped every person that I've ever encountered, even with those circumstances. So it's no excuse. I'm not saying it to for any type of rights. It's just no excuse, my nigga. If I can accomplish it with the least amount of support, everything going against me, I have no parent, all of these circumstances. If I can accomplish it, why can't anyone else? But when it's presented this way, it's always taken as competitive edge. Oh, you think you're better than me? Oh, you think this? How can I possibly think I'm better than you? I have no parent. How could I possibly think that? That's your own ego making you feel that way. And so this is the thing. I just got finished talking to my father. You feel what I'm saying? We don't always agree to everything. We don't always see eye to eye with stuff. But one thing that we can, this is one thing I value about him, um, is that he is able to respect the fact that I've grown into my own wisdom. Because oftentimes he tries to give me his insight on life and vice versa. I give him my insight on life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna give you the full story of our relationship, but we've been separated for some time, and within that, we've grown to have two separate philosophies on life, two separate perceptions of life, and yeah, for the most part, we don't look at things in the same way. He's more of a pragmatic intellectual. He's practical. He likes immediate results in a sense. Um, Not that he's impatient, because he deals with a lot of stocks and stuff like that, and long term investments. So he does know a thing about patience and stuff like that. But where we differ is the fact that not that he only cares about money either, but his primary value, right, from my experience in life, has most of its relations with money. You get what I'm saying? And I get that, coming from how we were raised and stuff like that. For me, it's different.